We got Rick Glenn back here on the program. He's going to be taking on Arnold Allen at UFC at the Ultimate Fighter 28 finale, I should say, on November 30th. Rick, what's going on, man? How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Loving life. You know, as always, out here in Cali, Team Alpha Male, pushing it. Looking forward to the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be a great matchup, and of course, Gilbert Melendez was supposed to be fighting Arnold, so you're taking this on short notice. When did you find out you were on this card and you were fighting Arnold Allen?
Well, actually, I've known for it's been a little over 4 weeks now, I think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. What do I say? Yeah, I'm not sure what the holdoff was with announcing it, but couldn't announce it until now.
So you knew that you were going to fight Arnold, or you knew that you were going to be on this card and they just needed to find you an opponent?
Yeah, I knew I was going to fight Arnold
okay.
quite a while ago, and yeah. So I've been staying ready and gearing up for anything, and luckily this one came up.
Yeah, no, it worked out well. I know you're happy to be fighting, relatively close to your last fight, but I'm sure you're a little bit disappointed you're not on that Milwaukee card.
Yeah, it's going to be cold by the time Milwaukee has a show, so I don't mind going to Vegas.
Yeah, you probably don't even own a winter jacket anymore, right? Being in California.
No, I do. I climb mountains out here, so I gotta have some good mountain gear.
Okay, that's smart. Let's talk about your last fight. Huge win over Dennis Bermudez. Obviously, a very notable opponent in the featherweight division. Just your thoughts on your performance. I know you would have liked to finish, but you must have been pretty happy getting that win.
Yeah, of course. I'm always happy when I get to win, but honestly, I haven't been happy with any of my performance in the UFC. I'm my worst critic, so if anyone says that my performances suck, they're kind of right. I had a lot higher expectations of myself coming in the UFC. I want to finish everyone. If I can finish my opponent in one punch, that's the goal. But it doesn't always work out that way. So I worked on my weaknesses, and I'm just getting better every day out here.
When it went to the judges' scorecards in that fight, were you nervous at all that it might have gone the other way? Because this was a split.
Yeah. I thought I won the fight. I knew it was close. The takedowns that he got, looked good, but he didn't do anything once he got on top. So they're scoring takedowns a little differently now. Once you land in guard, it's kind of neutral, unless you do damage from top. Person on the bottom is doing more damage or attacking more. They're gonna get the points.
Right. Okay. Well, either way, it's nice to get back in the win column. Let's talk about Arnold Allen, though. 13-1 record. Had a lot of hype behind him, but he hasn't been that active. How do you feel like you match up against him?
I think I match up well with him. He's a boxer. I'm a former boxer. He's got some good straight punches. He's a southpaw. I'm a southpaw. I hope he doesn't like fighting other southpaws. I've trained with a lot of southpaws. He's a little shorter. He seems like a pretty solid opponent, but just time will tell once we get in there, man.
Right. Yeah, exactly. You always have a plan until you actually get punched in the face. I mentioned the lack of activity for him. This is actually going to be his second fight this year, and he's never fought twice in 1 year since 2014. Do you feel like the fact that you've been more active just over the last couple of years that will help you in this fight?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure why he hasn't been as active. Maybe he's had injuries. A lot of us go through injuries, and there's so many variables. I don't know. It's hard to talk on, I guess, but yeah, I think my experience will help me, in this fight.
Let's talk about training camp, Team Alpha Male. You talked about it there. Same training partners, I imagine. Chad Mendez, Andre Feely, those types of guys helping you get ready for this one.
Yeah, Chris Gonzalez. Gosh, there's a big list. We have a lot of visiting fighters coming from all over the world.
Who are some of the visitors that have stopped in the gym? Actually, I know Jason Knight and Kurt Hollabaugh were there recently.
Yep, and I'm not sure his last name. Song. He's from China. There's a few Chinese fighters that are coming in. Guys from Russia. Who's it? Guido Ninja. He's fighting on the Argentina card. We have actually four people from the team fighting in Argentina coming up here on the 17th, and then a few guys on the I think it's the Beijing card, and then I'm up, and then we got Chad coming up in December.
So how does that work? You have so many bodies in the gym, and you're trying to get ready for your fight. So you're trying to obviously tailor things to your opponent. How does that work in terms of who you train with?
I train with a lot of southpaws since Arnold's a southpaw, and there's so many people here that we can there's a lot of bodies to go around, and the energy in the room super high. Everyone's trying to build each other up. So we're all here to help each other and get better. It's an awesome atmosphere.
How about the weight cut? How's that going? And is it kind of a bummer that this fight's after Thanksgiving?
Man, I've had so many fights, right around Thanksgiving or a week after, real close to, right after Thanksgiving. I just eat what I want, and it's whatever. My wife will make some healthy pies or something, and I don't feel so bad eating that.
And then you can celebrate after, I guess, like 2 weeks later, right? Or do you not even bother? You're just like, it's past. We don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I just think about the fight, and the food stuff is just it's whatever.
Okay. Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Danny Castillo, Damian Pretty Boy Norris, and a good friend of mine from high school, Johnny Wilson. Yep, he's a former wrestler, just a good buddy. I like to have people that I'm comfortable around in my corner, and but Danny Castillo is going to be a huge help. Obviously, Danny, awesome cornerman, awesome person, fighter. So it's good to have him there.
How does this fight unfold on November 30th?
Me kicking ass.
Well, I figured that much, but how do you see it? How do you see it playing out?
No, he's gonna come out hard. He's gonna try to push the pace and bully me. I'm gonna stay sharp, and he's gonna run into some stuff, and I'm gonna unleash the demons and be nasty, violent.
Big news this week, obviously, the UFC getting rid of their flyweight division at the end of this year. Just your reaction when you heard that?
I'm not sure if it'd be smart to comment on that right now. It's wild. I'm not sure how much to notice they had. I don't think it was much. All that stuff is out of our hands. It is really unfortunate, I think.
Okay. And sort of on that same note, Demetrius Johnson gets traded for Ben Askren. Just your thoughts on that, and is there anyone you'd like to see traded to the UFC, and who would you trade back for that fighter?
Yeah, man, I'm so happy. Ben's a good friend of mine, and some of his interviews, we've just been laughing, and I'll laugh throughout the day, just popping on social media and seeing his stuff, and I'm glad to finally see him there. We've been friends for a while, and I'm just super happy for him and his family. And a trade, I don't know. It'd be cool if maybe if UFC brought over some of Bellator's guys.
Yeah, like I was gonna say, because in your division, they have they got AJ McKee over there, and they have Aaron Pico. I mean, it would be kind of neat to see those guys that compete in the UFC.
Yeah, or maybe Pitbull or Strauss or someone like that come over.
Yeah, exactly. And then I guess trade. See, if you're the UFC and you're going to make a trade, I would think you want to send like a veteran back. Like if there's someone who's maybe unhappy with the UFC or someone that would do better in Bellator. Like Gegard Mousasi is a good example. Like he wasn't having a good time in the UFC, and now look at him. He's a huge star in Bellator.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
Just stick to fighting. Being a general manager isn't in your future, I take it.
I wish they would let me wear my Gladiator helmet out to the cage. Like I'd ask it. It's a Reebok, restrictions and stuff. But it's like, I'm the Gladiator. Let me wear my helmet out to the cage.
No, I hear you on that. And Rick, we're looking forward to this fight, man. Just November 30th, Arnold Allen. This is going to be an awesome matchup. Just remind people where they can find you on social media. And if you have any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, heck yeah. Check me out on my Instagram page, Gladiator MMA. I don't do Twitter. I got blocked out of there, and I can't get back in. And I'm on Facebook, Rick the Gladiator Glenn, official fan page. Check out my website, rickglennmma.com. Thank my team, Team Alpha Male.